Every year, each college in the NCAA files financial reports, and we chose to focus on the 8 schools in Texas that are public and are in the FBS. From there, we look at how schools are spending and earning money in their biggest money-making sports.
What we found was that Texas A&M, for the last 2 years, for the 2 years that we've been doing this, is the kind of the king moneymaker in the state. But that's somewhat of a temporary perch. A&M has been raising a lot of money for the $485 million renovation of their football stadium. Once that fundraising is done, they'll probably fall back behind the usual king of college sports money, the University of Texas.
Another thing that was kind of interesting that we found is that UT and Texas A&M are the only 2 schools that are in the green as far as their athletic departments go. The rest, they're all in the red.
Yeah, one of the things that this really highlights is how much the less prominent programs in the state are trying to play catch up with the bigger schools. A lot of times when people talk about money in college sports, they look at the $5 million that UT or A&M are paying their football coaches and see that as an outrageous number. It turns out UT and A&M can afford that. Texas State brought in about $9 million in sports revenue last year, spent, somewhere around $30 million.
Another thing that I think a lot of people assume is that football is a huge earner, but mostly a huge spender, when that's not always the case. A lot of the smaller sports kind of ride on the profits that football makes to keep their sports afloat.
That's right. If it weren't for football, all these other sports, the volleyball, the men's and women's tennis, the baseball, all things like that, probably would not be able to operate on the campuses.
So these are just some of the stats that we've highlighted. You can go in and explore more of this NCAA financial data. You can find that at college-sports.texastribune.org.